Hi, Kanan. Thanks for your time. With recent scares going around the whole world around this coronavirus, uh, people around more than 1,000 people, or rather 2,300 people dying in UK, and with such a big population in India of more than a billion, there are around 38 deaths. So, how Sanctuary sees this whole pandemic, which has been declared as pandemic by WHO, how Sanctuary sees this, Kannan?
Yeah, so Suresh, let's directly go into answering that. So if you look at the graph that I'm sharing on the screen, let's make this really simple. Approximately across the world there is 7 billion population. Okay, it's
Mhm.
probably slightly more, but let's take an easy number for us to track. And then imagine we divide this population into 100. Okay, divide the population into 100, which is, I think, approximately 70 million if you divide this into 100. Yeah, so each bar that you see on the graph, imagine there are 70 million people. Yeah, so
Mhm.
on towards the left, what the green color means is um, their toxins level inside the body is very less. So the red color indicates the level of toxins. The green color indicates a clean living. When I say clean living, it's positive thoughts and a clean lifestyle and a nutritious, clean eating, less processed food and all those things. If you look at towards the right, you see the bars are dominated by the red color, which means in those brackets, the people have lots of toxins inside their system accumulated over a period of lifetime, 30 years, 40 years, 60 years, 70 years, doesn't matter. And then if you look at the midpoint where it says 50%, so 50% toxins in the system and remaining 50% is clean. Yeah. So if that's the way you see it, first principle of sanctuary is germs grow within the organic matter, whether it's human body, whether it's animal, whether it's plant, whether it's your outside, doesn't matter. Yeah, germs grow where there is accumulated toxins for a long period of time, because it becomes decaying, and then the appropriate germs grow. Okay, so with that understanding, if you really look at the last 3 or 5 bars, that means there are lots of toxins in the body. Here, toxins is decaying organic matter. And depending on the age, depending on the level of toxins, somebody could be young, but they could be leading really a toxic life. So even if they are ranked, so it doesn't matter the age, it's the level of toxin and the duration for which those toxins have been accumulated. Yeah, that is a breeding ground for germs growth. This anybody would agree, any scientist would agree to this. Yeah? So with that context, if you really look at the last 3 or 4 bars, that's where there are a lot of toxins in the body, and the germs, whether we can give names to the germs, whether it's pneumonia, flu, corona, it could be anything, but it all depends on if the toxin levels are high and if they have been accumulated for a long period of time, then that's where the germs would grow, and that's what we call as diseases.
Okay, okay, Kanan. Um, so, leading on to that, then in that case, do we say all whatever is being spreaded as news that the virus is spreading? Is that the right statement?
Um, yes and no. I think if we want to understand that, let's watch for the next video. But the first principle is very clear. Even for the, I'll just make one statement, even for the virus or germs to spread and go across, first of all, the necessary toxic decaying host needs to be present. And that is what you see on your right-hand side towards the graph, the last 10 bars, which will accumulate for about 700 million population in the whole world. Yeah. So 70 million per bar, 10 times 700 million population is a fertile breeding ground for germs growth. So
Okay, Kanal.
let's watch out in the next video how it spreads, who it spreads to, and why so much cases across the globe.
Okay, thank you, Kanal.
Okay.